live.
I was going to tell you something. Never mind, we're live.
Well, don't use the bit.ly because I just sent a new link because I had to create a new link. I didn't post it on Twitter. I posted it on Facebook. Hang on a second. Let me squeeze over to Twitter. Okay, so Tammy says she's on. Sorry, guys. All right, hang on. Let me get over to Twitter. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, we're learning together, girl.
Say again, Trisha.
I said we're learning together.
I'll tell you what. This is just, let's see. It's saying I still have no viewers, but Tammy is saying she's on. And hang on, Jazz, I'm getting there. My computer's running extra slow because of streaming. Well, hang on a minute. If Twitter would let me be great, as you would say, I'll post on Twitter in 0.7 seconds. Control V. I'm gonna have to edit the daylights out of this video. All right, let's try. Okay, Jazz, let's see.
This is why we're modified.
Yeah, this is exactly why we're modified.
Well, something's going out. It's going out.
Is it?
I think so.
I hope so.
Let's see.
Yeah, everything is taking its sweet time loading.
That's all right.
Let's see. Let me flip over to Facebook right quick, see if I've got any comments. My computer's running exceedingly and excessively slow, probably because we're streaming. Did you get the link, Jazz?
Just roll with it. Roll with it. We're okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're not just kind of, you know. It says we're live. I don't have any that I can't tell. No, I said someone on Facebook said that they're in, but YouTube is still showing no viewers.
I wish I could help. I'm over here sitting here reading directions. I don't know.
And Twitter is being a butt, and Facebook is being a butt, and nothing is loading. Okay, so. Oh,
wait, what happened?
I don't know. I have no clue. Okay, let me ask Tammy. She says she's on. I wonder if she can see us. Okay. The tweet just went out.
Whoa. Can't do. Oh, May Wells joined this video call.
Okay. Hi, Mom. That's my mom. So we at least got. Oh, wait a minute. Is she gonna be like? Well, this is weird. This is really weird. I have no clue what's going on.
That's a dry run for you.
Oh my gosh, I just can't believe this. Hang on a minute. Can you see us? This is crazy. Oh my God.
No, we're back. We can always modify this another time. Hey, I just roll with it, girl.
Okay. My daughter says we're on YouTube.
We are?
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, we're live? Okay. Thank you. All right.
You just take me where you want me to go, Kelly. You know what I mean? Just take me wherever you want me to go. I do better that way.
Do this. Let me pull the link on YouTube and send people to YouTube, because apparently I have no clue what is happening, and we did this dry run, everybody. So anybody that can see us, thank you guys so much for your patience. Let me squeeze back over to Facebook. You can see, she says she can see us and can hear Trisha. Okay, hang on, let me do this. And one more time. Everything is just slow. Here's the YouTube link. So sorry. Thank you all for your patience here. I really do appreciate it. Trisha and I did a dry run a few days ago, and apparently we still need teenagers to help us. us old ladies don't know what in the nation we're doing with this technology.
No clue.
My goodness. You or me either, apparently. I thought maybe Blab was the issue, but clearly I'm the issue with this whole thing.
Oh no.
So, all right, well, we're just gonna go on with this thing. So we're gonna pretty much start from the top, from where we tried to do this before, Trisha. So let me introduce myself, and let me tell you guys what we're doing, and kind of give you a introduction to Trisha. So hopefully you guys can see this. If not, then we'll just be doing this on a replay. So my name is Kelly McCrae. I am your hostess here at Modified Normal. Back in February, I was diagnosed with lupus, and since that time, I have had to walk away from a 17-year career in real estate. And so what I am doing is I am interviewing other people who can no longer work a traditional job and sharing inspiration, hopefully to encourage you, if you're in a similar position, to start your own businesses. So today, Trisha Hall is here. She owns a company called Dream and Water Soap Company, and we know her as Fizz Bubbles. And Trisha is a 100% service-connected disabled Marine. And Trisha had to be taught to speak again, and she is here sharing with us her experience from the military, as well as how she came to start her new company. So Trisha, take it away, girl. Talk to me.
Talk to you. Let's just talk about it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Okay. Right? Well, my life career choice was to be in the Marine Corps. So we know that. I served 10 years active duty honorably, and that's why I say I am thriving in spite of a traumatic brain injury, and I'm also a survivor of military sexual trauma. So I had 2 compounded injuries that ended my career, and after my injuries, I ended up in an immersion program for PTSD, traumatic brain injury, for almost 2 years, and went through intensive physical rehabilitation and cognitive rehabilitation. So, yeah, all of this has been reconstructed. So that gets you up with there. So after that, I ended up falling through the cracks of the VA, which, we've discussed that with, yes, we know how that goes. And went through homelessness for about 3.5 years. So there you have it with that. And then February 2016 is my 2-year anniversary of not being homeless.
Nice. Nice. So while you were celebrating year number 2 of no longer being homeless, I was getting an ugly diagnosis of lupus and changing my life here.
Right. Yeah, we do, because that's what happens. Whether it's a lupus diagnosis, whether it's MS, whether it's traumatic brain injury, the life that you knew before ends up stopping that day.
That's right.
And I think we go through a cycle of grieving, because whatever we were doing prior to that, most of us were doing what we loved.
Yes.
And I think that, you spiral a little bit after that. Your purpose, or how am I going to make ends meet, or what do I do? And being homeless, just like now, I work to be independent of a system that's set up to fail me.
Right.
So if that's the best way I could put it, I hate to say that, but it's easier to rebuild us than it is to, replace us than it is to rebuild us.
Well, I have to agree with you, especially being a veteran. I understand fully what you mean when you say that, it's a system that's set up to fail you. We hear every day about, 22 veterans a day committing suicide. We're not getting the care that we require. And, much like you, I can tell you about going to the VA and not being diagnosed properly and, and the whole 9 yards. So I fully understand and appreciate exactly what it is that you're saying.
Oh,
So
yes.
now talk to me a little bit about where did this soap business, how did this get started? How did this clean, scrubby business get started?
Right? Oh, my goodness. Well, my great-grandmother was a sharecropper. So I learned actually how to make soap as a child. And with you've tried my products, the using using the essential oils and herbal properties I do to make them functionable, I learned all that from my great grandma. So when I was homeless, I went back to soap making as a connection. I didn't have a support group. And when I say homeless, I was not under a bridge. I was in a motel and I was given grace. But I was still homeless
Right.
as far as that. But I was blessed by the homeless community. I want you to know there's grace everywhere we go. It's a blessing.
Yes.
But I went back to making soap because it gave me something I was connected with. Oops, sorry.
Okay.
So then after that,
Mhm.
like I was telling you before, I was invited to a friend's baby shower, and I wanted to bring a gift, so I made her cupcake soap. And
Okay.
that's initially how I got my first orders from people at that baby shower.
Nice. Okay. So now you've got a ton of different products now that you offer. You've got a lot of different options that you offer. Okay, I know you got your first orders from that baby shower, but at that point, was it still kind of a hobby? Were you thinking, I'm going to use this to become independent? How did you come to actually start Dreaming Water?
That day, after those orders, that
Hmm.
it laser focused, because I figured if one person wants my product, then I know making a product that can enhance the quality of life for other people,
Hmm.
that was my mission, to be independent of that. If I can't not be homeless because I'm needing assistance as far as waiting for my benefits or fighting for my benefits, how can I do it the best I can with what I have right now?
Okay.
And how do I create a stop loss for myself? So that
Right.
became the start of it.
Okay.
And a lot of trial and error and a lot of hustle.
Nice.
Because everything that you see now a year later,
Hmm.
well, it's been 15 months now since my very first, when that happened. I
Right.
started with $20, and every time somebody would purchase something, I reinvested it back into my business, and then it just each time. And
Nice.
then found social media in December. So
Okay.
I'm on a learning curve. But I've taken a box of products and I go to boutiques, barbershops, hair salons, walk in, because I think everybody needs my soap and everybody needs my products. But it's
Listen,
hustling.
I agree. Look, I am a huge fan. I am singing your
Thank
praises,
you.
lady. I got some great stuff from you, and I'm really excited about it.
That touches my heart. Thank you very much. But
Absolutely.
to say how that laser focus got there, I think if you focus, you have to have relentless passion for it. It'll come together. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't get frustrating or you're not going to have a fit here there, or because anytime you're laying your foundation for a business,
Mhm.
you know your hustle is going to be so much more than your return in the beginning.
Right.
But laying that strong foundation and building up, one, credibility, two, word of mouth, and three, just being real, God will bless you. I
Yes.
believe that. But you
Yes.
have to put in the work.
Yes.
You know, like we were talking about. You can't just sit there and say, okay, I tried it once, it's not doing anything. You can't do that.
Right. That's
You
right.
know, elevate, elevate.
Nice. Now you said something to me earlier, and I love it. And I'm like, it's set with me since you said it. You were like, the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. I
Absolutely.
absolutely love that because so many people think that, especially when they're looking at using online, they think that as soon as they say, hey, I'm online, that people are going to show up. And that's not necessarily obviously not the case. So kind of talk to me. You mentioned social media. Talk to me a little bit about what you've been doing social media wise and how that's changing your business.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what I just did. I accidentally hit that button. I apologize.
Oh,
Um, somebody just joined and
you blocked somebody. You
I
blocked
did
my
not
friend
mean
Nancy.
to. Ah!
Hopefully, well, I don't know. I didn't block her, so I'm hoping that she will. I'm
I
hoping
did
she can
not
get
mean to do
on.
that. I tried to hit accept. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm not touching anything. I'm sorry.
Poor Nancy. She's like, wait a minute, I'm trying to show up and watch, and you're blocking me.
I did not mean to, Nancy. Wait. Hold on.
Are you able
Oh, I
to?
don't know what I did.
Oh,
Nope.
there she is.
I
She's there. She's there. Okay, she's there. We're good.
I'm so sorry. I tried to say invite.
That's all right. We'll figure it out. That's hilarious. That's funny. All right. So anyway, so that's too funny. So
I'm
anyway,
so
so you were
sorry.
telling me how social media has changed your business. I know you said you're on a learning curve. Clearly, we're all on a learning curve because we obviously suck at Google Hangouts at least.
I'm so sorry. Please tell her to forgive me. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, live streaming, Periscope. I think brings a new dimension because you're able to connect with somebody
Right.
on a more personal basis. Because I believe people want to go back to where they know the person behind what they're buying.
Right.
Whether it's handcrafted, whether it's business courses, whether it's, you know what I mean? Because like you were saying earlier, if I can connect with you and understand you and trust you,
Mhm.
then I'm gonna be able to have confidence when I join your course or use
Right.
your product.
Okay.
Because that's the hardest thing about making handcrafted. There's a lot of people that do it, and so then you have to stand out. Where I believe that Periscope and Facebook Live and all the other tools we have available allows you to connect with people on a different level.
Did you cut out on me, Trisha?
Did I cut out?
Okay. Well, I thought you. I guess you just stopped. Okay.
No,
Okay.
I
So,
finished my sentence. But that's what I was saying, that live streaming allows you to connect with people that you wouldn't normally be able to connect with.
right. Okay. So, have you found more success? I know you. Are you using Facebook Live at all?
No, that's my new venture.
It's your new venture. Okay. So let me ask you this because I know that, especially, I hear this a lot, especially when I'm on Periscope. People say, I'm afraid to broadcast. I'm afraid to go ahead and hit that start button. What advice? Because I mean, obviously, again, you're coming from a background where number one, we're no spring chickens. And
No,
typically, when you're talking social media and this kind of thing, my daughter had to come in here and help us get connected. So
right,
we're usually kind of behind the learning curve anyway, just because they grew up with this technology in essence and we did not. So when
right.
you look at the fact that you jumped right out there and jumped right in, what advice would you give to somebody who's looking to get themselves started with periscoping or Facebook living or whatever it is?
I believe two things. Push the red button. Because of this, everybody has a voice. And whatever you're going through or I'm going through, somebody else in the world is going through that same thing that needs to hear those words.
Mhm.
And I believe that not only can you get your message across, whether it's a business, whether it's coping, whether it's healthy eating, alternative medicine, somebody else needs to hear that. So we all have a fear of not being receptive, receptive on there where nobody's going to show up. They'll show up. If you keep doing you, people will show up. Maybe
Yeah.
not the first time because they don't know you, but consistency is the key. That's the thing with social media. People have attention span of a gnat. You have to be consistent.
Right.
Or if you have traumatic brain injury, you really have attention span of a gnat. Like, whoa, here, as you can tell. And people, I've been blessed. A lot of people, like Donna, Donna, how she
Yeah.
connected us. There's
Mhm.
good people out there that recognize people doing the best they can with what they have, and will reach out and say, hey, I think the two of you need to talk. You're both veterans. And so your connections become sincere and real,
Right.
if that's
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah. That's true. I think too, people get caught up in the things that don't matter. What we look like, what we sound like, and then, and I think too that unfortunately being on social media, it is scary because you get people behind the keyboard that are willing to say whatever it is that they want to say. But I think that we need to realize that those people don't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Brave
Which,
enough to press that button, it could really change your life. Clearly, you're evidence of that, right?
oh, absolutely. And the people, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt when people say stuff behind a keyboard, but we have to remember two things. If that person saw you in person, they wouldn't say nothing to you. And the person that's back there saying those things, you just have to almost feel sorry for them because whatever they're lacking, that's what bullies do. And I'm not saying
Yes.
it doesn't hurt. There's been some mean, I've seen, oh my goodness. And it's shameful to me that people even do that. But they're
Right.
bullies. You can type whatever you want behind a keyboard, but trust, they wouldn't come say anything to you.
That's true. It's very true. So you need to just go ahead and press the button and get your
Yes,
message
ma'am.
out there. Yes. Now talk to me about some of these delicious, delectable products because I've got some things of my own, guys. I've got my body butter, which I absolutely love, and I have a couple of soaps that are made with goat's milk, and I've got my peppermint foot balm that I use. Now, let me tell you, I use this foot balm everywhere. I use this actually like even on my lips because for whatever reason, my lupus causes my mouth sometimes, my lips to burn, and so I use
Right.
this, and the little peppermint, makes me feel good. So talk to me. I know that you've got some new candles that you've got, some organic candles and all that. Talk to me a little about what you got going on, lady.
My massage candles, I do. I have two things. Wait, hold on one second. I was going to get,
Okay.
you can't see it if I said it there. That's my summer line that's going to debut. Wait, there it goes.
Okay.
Yes, those are poppy seeds
That
in
looks
there.
like watermelon.
Right? That's part of my summer sensations. My
Okay.
massage candles, I'm going to grab it real quick. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I hope that you guys are able to see this. If not, there will be. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch. If whatever you weren't here for live, you'll be able to watch this on my YouTube channel. So I'm so
It's,
sorry for the technical difficulties, guys, but I'm glad that the few of you guys that are able to make it. I'm glad you're here.
I am thankful for them being here. You know what? I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you, Kelly. We figure it out together.
Well,
But
you
these
know what,
are my new.
Trisha? We call it modified normal. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches, girl. I was frustrated, but you guys were like, don't get frustrated. We're just going to go ahead and do this thing.
Well, it's like anything. Now you know. So the next time, You just build off of it. You can't. I mean, it's a lot of times I think after, when we're used to functioning at a certain level and stuff happens, our frustration doesn't come from now. It comes from what we know we're capable of before.
Right.
And sometimes we have to slow down and say, I'm doing the best I can with what I have, and this is where I'm at right now.
Great advice.
You know, and I hope so.
It really
But
is, because I'll tell you, I mean, I get, yeah, and to hear that perspective, you're very right, because if this were my first time, you know, you and I, we went through and did this this dry run a few days ago, and it went off without a hitch. But of course, it was just you and I, and we didn't try to draw in an audience. And so today,
right.
when you know, when it kind of fell apart, it was like, what the heck is going on? So for me, it was instant frustration because of the experience from the other day. So you're very right about that. That's good advice. That's a good way to look at it.
That's all we can do, girl, because
Yeah.
we're doing the best we can what we have, and we grow. You know, the more we pick up momentum, the more you are able to be independent of that diagnosis, meaning cash flow coming in to where you can support. That helps equal the gap that you have between
Right.
the diagnosis and what you're doing, because that also, yeah, it just does. It's all you
Okay.
can do.
Nice.
But,
Very
and now I was
good.
going to show you.
Yeah, show me.
I'll show you. These are my. This is funny with the camera. There we go. These are my. These are my Veterans Dream soaps that I make, and these are the ones that I sell. That the proceeds go to various nonprofits to give back, because I do believe in being a business that gives back.
Now, talk to me
Aside
about
from being,
that. Talk to me about that program, since I know we're both veterans, and I want to hear how that works.
well, well, I do outreach. I go to the encampments. I'm very good in the trenches, as going to the homeless community. And when the homeless that helped me get a voucher to establish housing were not veterans, but they showed me grace, like I was telling you. And I went back in December 2015 on outreach mission there to them, and it just touched my heart, because they said, "Take your glasses off. Is that you?" Because being homeless, it just drained everything out of you.
Right.
And they said, "You came back," and I said, "Why wouldn't I?" They said, "Nobody ever comes back." And it made me almost cry, because how could you not go back to the people that showed you grace?
Right.
And so with that, when I go out on encampments, I do make small bars of soap that I take. They don't have any scent or anything in them, because I was told I would love to have some of that, but it does two things. It makes people attracted to their gear, their bag that they're carrying, unwanted, or it attracts animals.
Okay.
So that's why it's that. But those I make because I want to be a company that gives back. I believe that no matter where you're at, you could always give back somehow. It doesn't have to be in money. It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? But just time. So I make those, and then I donate them to just various ones, people that contact me.
Hmm.
Like they're building a homeless shelter in Yuma for veterans, female
Okay.
veterans. So the only way for me financially to do that is to make a product that when people buy it, then I can take those funds. Eventually, I'd like to have my own nonprofit, but right now, that's just the way I get back, because I believe in being an eco-friendly business and also a socially conscious business. I
Nice.
would want somebody to do what did for me that I want to be able to do for other people.
Yes. I love that you're doing that and you're giving back to the homeless, Trisha, because so many people overlook the homeless. They see them as, non um, I don't want to say committed, but what's the word I'm looking for? They see them as less than human. They overlook them because they figure they're not contributing. That's what non-contributing to society.
Right.
And I love the fact that you're able to put a different face on that, because the misconception is that the homeless community are mental. There's something wrong with them mentally, that they're all drug addicts or they're all drunks and that kind of thing. And I love the fact that that wasn't your situation, that wasn't your case, and they also were people who showed you compassion, even though, like you said, there wasn't a lot there for them to give, but they showed you compassion and helped you get to the place where you are now. Speak to that a little bit about, about being that experience of having somebody that is considered less than human help you.
Oh yeah, because there's no worse feeling to be in that situation and having to prove I'm not this, I'm not this. Being in a food line, it's all humbling anyway, but nobody wakes up and says, I want to serve my country honorably and be homeless. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be a drug addict. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to ruin my whole entire life and end up here. So there's always a core issue. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there some people that become so accustomed to that lifestyle that that's where that chaos they want to stay in? Yes. That's some people. The majority is lack of access, and who want to go to a job interview if you can't get clean?
Right.
Who want to go to a job interview if every time you walk in somewhere, somebody's saying, what's wrong with you? What really did you do? It's going to shun you over here to where I see it so much. You want to know, break my heart? The Vietnam veterans. They're the largest group of veterans we have with the least amount of access. And it breaks my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was homeless, oh, it's going to make me cry. There was a Vietnam vet in the motel. And he had Agent Orange. And I watched them cut off his toes and just send him right back to that hotel. And then it set him up to be prey to the people that did have addictions, to take his medicine, them thinking that he was caring for him. Or feed him beer, not feed him, but buy him beer to maintain his unhealthy state. Oh, yeah, girl, I tell you, I'm not a nice person when I'm out there like that. We got issues.
Yeah.
We got issues with stuff like that. But it breaks my heart. And it's just the same thing. We have a high number of women vets now. I'm sorry, you don't judge no woman, no matter what she done, if she to keep a roof over her child's head or put food on that table. No woman. And shame on everybody else for serving your country honorably and ending up in that position. But they shine a light on it that people go, oh, well, you chose to be that way. No. Most of the time with our situation that I see quite frequently, women get in situations where they've had to prostitute, which compounds the drug addiction to even earn enough money to take care of what they're doing.
Right.
You can't judge that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about that because it kills me.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Yeah, I agree with you that you don't know somebody's backstory, and that's a lesson that unfortunately a lot of people learn that the hard way. We learn not to judge because we found ourselves in a situation that we thought we would never find ourselves in, and then we look at things a little bit differently because we found ourselves in that very same situation that we said, oh, I would never, because you were judging someone else. So you're very right. I mean, and I mean, you mentioned not judging women, but I mean, overall, if you really look at it from that perspective, you're not in a position to judge anybody because you don't know their backstory.
You don't.
Male or female. And then when you mentioned the veterans also, I know that there's a very large population of veterans that are homeless.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that basically that's a shame because you're right. We served our country, And I tell people frequently, I says, I have probably one of the worst titles that you could probably have. I'm a service-connected, disabled, disgruntled American veteran because of
Disgruntled.
how we're treated as veterans. So to have fought for your country and then be disgruntled with it is not necessarily a most positive place for us to be. So you're right. We are basically busting our butts to be independent of a system that has set us up to fail. But yet here we are.
Right? I mean, because, yeah, that's all you can do is bridge your own gap,
Yeah.
and find, because there is, like you were saying earlier, there's so many avenues that you don't need to have the 5,000 or 10,000 saved up to try to start a business, to buy, like you were saying, t-shirts, insurance, this, that. And that's why it's such a blessing of what you're doing is showing people alternate ways, because even if you are starting your own business out here, you still need direction, and I'd rather have direction from a few people that I could trust,
Right.
instead of all out here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you're right about that. And I love the fact that I don't know if anybody else earlier caught this. You said you started your business with how much money? Was it $20 I heard?
$20.
Yeah. I'm going to repeat what you said again because that is amazing, because so many people are making excuses about what they don't have. You came from being homeless, about the education they don't have. You had to be taught to speak again, about how much money they don't have, about the resources that they don't have. You just hopped on social media back in December. I have to commend you, Trisha. You are, I mean, every time I sit and talk with you, I'm completely inspired by what it is that you're saying. And I love, 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 and I'm just totally going to steal this, and we just got to put this on a t-shirt. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. I love that.
But the things that you were just bringing up, I heard somebody, they told me, argue for your limitations, you'll win every time.
Wow.
Right?
You know what? I think we should end on that. That's hot. I think that is argue for your limitations and you will win every time. Love it. In other words, rip the seal off that thing, everybody. Just do the damn thing.
Thank you.
No holds barred. Don't care what society says. It doesn't matter what odds you think are stacked against you. Like you said earlier, if you push out there and you persevere, good things are eventually going to come. That persistence is going to pay.
Well, it is, because you see, I know you want to end this
You're
on
fine.
that positive high note, but you see all my labels. I make all those.
Your stuff is commercial grade. I was talking to, there was another lady on my Periscope earlier, Dancer Lily. And guys, if you guys, let me tell you, you need to go to fizzbubbles.com. I had it up here at one point, but I'm technically challenged apparently today.
We're modified normal.
I know, yeah, I am modified normal. I'm modified jacked up these days, technology-wise. But fizzbubbles.com. And she's got some really great products, and they're labeled. I mean, you would never think that this didn't come from someplace like Target, to be honest with you. They're just phenomenally packaged, look very, very professional. You would never know that she was, creating these on her own. And, I mean, just, guys, if you haven't checked out her website yet, please do. And order from her. Her products go from $3 to $25, basically. She's got an auto ship program where you can get $47 worth of products for $33. And this is natural stuff. So it's good for your body. You guys know I'm always putting natural things in your body and on your body. And you just cannot go wrong with all natural products. And her stuff, let me tell you, what I do with it. Oh, I got, again, I don't know if you guys can see the creamy consistency of this, but I don't think you really can. But, I mean, it is just like, this is like, I mean, come on. Feels good.
I love that picture. Every time you do it, it makes my heart warm. You just don't know, because the look on your face just makes me just, because that's why I do what I do. That not only It just solved problems because that's what my great grandma used to do. That's why they're skin appropriate. That's why if you have, because that's a whole nother. We got to do a whole nother segment on that. But no, because the way that the industry is. But that's the thing. I believe, like you're saying, it doesn't matter the way we start. You know what I mean? It's what you do with it.
That's right.
Because and eventually it will. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to cry at times. Sometimes I have fits, but I'm fortunate. I just have my dogs that see them.
Yeah.
But like I said, nobody said it was going to be easy. It's worth it though.
Yep. It's true. It's like I said earlier, hard work is free, but it's hard. And
it's hard.
So if you just dig in and go ahead and get this thing done, it's going to reward you in the end.
Absolutely.
Right? Perfect. So Trisha,
yes.
You, lady, are an inspiration and a blessing. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you so much for some amazing, awesome products. And I just love you to pieces. And I'll tell you what, I'm so grateful for Periscope because it really has brought me some really wonderful, strong, and as one of the girls earlier, June Allen said, some badass women. And I absolutely love it. Love it. So thank you for being here, and I appreciate you for taking time with me this evening.
Yes, ma'am. I love you too. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. So I'm going to hit this stop broadcast button, and we'll see what we got.
Okay, good. Yeah, hit that on live.
For those of you that are here with me, if you're watching me live, thank you all so much. I know every week we seem to have some technical difficulties, but I promise at some point we're going to get this thing down pat and, and hopefully figure it out where we don't have technical difficulties. Next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hopefully, we will be talking to another butterfly warrior. So there will be another loopy here with me, and she will be talking about how she took her family out of debt using direct selling. So I do hope that you guys will join me. And yeah, she's pretty phenomenal too. So we'll be hearing her story next week, and then I will see you guys then. So thank you for tuning in. Trish, if you'll just hang on, I'm going to go ahead and shut everybody else out, and then you and I can finish up.
Okay.